So today's video is all about breastfeeding. I love you. You so silly. What are you trying to look at the camera? Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Olivia and you found my channel. Girl, what's up, what's good? Today we will be talking all about breastfeeding. I will be sharing with you guys my experience, and then I will be sharing some tips because I feel like I got the secret sauce when it comes to increasing and maintaining your milk supply. I've tried to stop breastfeeding twice and I had to rebuild my milk supply each time, and each time it's worked, and period. My 7-month-old son, he is sleeping right now, y'all. He's been sleeping for like the last 2 hours. I was able to do my hair and my makeup. So let's see if he allows me to finish this video. I want to share with you guys my experience breastfeeding and some tips and tricks to help you increase your milk supply and maintain it as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into it because girl, we are on limited time. If you're a mother, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. A tiny disclaimer before I start. I am not a medical specialist, but I do have 7 months experience. I have been breastfeeding my son for the last 7 months. So I'm talking based off of research and experience because girl, through this whole breastfeeding journey, I figured out a lot of stuff. So I feel like, you know, I have a bit of knowledge I can share with y'all. So I'm gonna start by talking about my breastfeeding journey. From jump, I felt like I always knew that I wanted to breastfeed. I just like the bond that it creates between you and the baby. I was a breastfed baby as well. So, you know, I just felt like I have to breastfeed my child. I've always heard that breast milk is the best thing for a newborn and like babies in general. So I knew that I wanted to give my baby the best, but fed is best as long as you're feeding your child. Okay, if you have to supplement or just straight give them formula, that's okay too. Like, don't let nobody shame you because you're feeding your child formula. Okay, as long as that baby is fed, you are doing a great job. So let me just say that. So from jump, I feel like my breast milk didn't come in for like the first week because I gave birth and then I had to feed him the Similac from the hospital because my breast milk supply did not come in yet. So he was on the Similac from the hospital for like about a week, maybe a week and a half. And then my milk supply had started to come in. But during that whole time, it's very important to still put your baby on your boob. Even if you know they aren't getting much. That was my whole thing. When I first gave birth, a lactation specialist had came into the hospital room like a day after, and she basically taught me all the positions for breastfeeding, and then like she made me do it, and I'm like, there's no milk coming out of these titties, like he's not getting anything. But it's still important to do it just because it signals your body. Like, you may think they're not getting anything, but even the smallest amount is good. It'll signal your body to make more. And breastfeeding releases a hormone, I think it's called prolactin. Let me fact check myself. Prolactin is a polypeptide hormone that is responsible for lactation, breast development, and hundreds of other actions. Not me really trying to give y'all the facts though. Oxytocin. Oxytocin is an essential lactation hormone released during breastfeeding that causes milk ejection and appears to have a calming effect on the mother. So yeah, even if you aren't producing like a lot of milk, you're still supposed to put your baby on your boob because it helps your body release the oxytocin that helps produce the milk, period. Okay. So yeah, I would put him on the boob, but he'd still be fussy. So that's how I knew like he is getting nothing because he's mad. And then like I would feel bad, and then I would go ahead and give him the Similac to make sure he was getting something in his stomach and getting fed. So yeah, after about a week of doing that, my breast milk finally came in, and I've been breastfeeding ever since. I did try to stop twice. The first time, my milk supply had got low, and it's like a thing. Once you hit like 4 months, the hormones in your body like alter, and it causes your milk supply to decrease. I was so confused. Like, I was breastfeeding my baby constantly, and it was random because my milk supply just dropped. But I had did my research, and it's a regular thing. It's completely normal. So yeah, I started to supplement with the NIPPLE formula because my baby is allergic to milk. Girl, he was on the NIPPLE, and Why is Nutrimogen like $70 for the big? Nutrimogen is expensive, girl. So that's what made me be like, okay, maybe I need to keep breastfeeding. I need to get my supply back up. So that's when I tried power pumping for the first time, and that worked, and a few other methods that I will explain later on in this video. I ended up getting my milk supply back up. Then I was breastfeeding him for like a month or two. And I wanted to stop breastfeeding him altogether because I was just over it, I guess. I don't know. Like, I hated the fact that I had to sit in one place while he eats. Like, I just thought it would be more convenient for him to be on the formula. I just wanted to stop breastfeeding altogether. So that's what I tried to do. I stopped breastfeeding for a couple days. No, for like almost a week. I would only pump when my boobs would get engorged. Like, I wouldn't breastfeed, I wouldn't pump throughout the day. I would just like I basically tried to let myself dry up. And then Angel, my son, ended up getting sick, like super sick. I do have a vlog about that. Like, y'all, he broke out in hives everywhere. We thought it was an allergic reaction, but it was weird because the time he broke out, he was on the Nutrimogen. He wasn't even on my breast milk because I was trying to dry myself up. So it was weird. So once he got sick, like, y'all, his whole face blew up. Like, it was some kind of an allergic reaction, but it wasn't, because the allergy medicine would work for the time it was supposed to, and then he would blow up all over again. It was the scariest thing, y'all. I do have a vlog about that if you are interested. It's on my channel somewhere, girl. I'll have it tagged up and down below in the description box. Once that happened, I'm like, I need to start breastfeeding him again. I just feel like breast milk is the healthiest, and I feel like it's a medicine in some kind of form because it has the vitamins and nutrients in it that's best for baby. In my head, I'm like, okay, I just want to breastfeed him so he can get everything he needs to from me, all the necessary vitamins and nutrients from me to help him get better. Because he did have the reaction when he was on the Nutrimogen. So I'm like, let's cut that out. But the thing is, that's a hypoallergenic formula. So it would have been really weird for him to react to something off of the Nutrimogen because it's hypoallergenic. Girl, I was just lost. I didn't know what to do, but breastfeed him. I'm like, let's cut out the formula. I'm gonna just breastfeed him and he's gonna get what he needs from me. Hopefully that makes him recover and heal faster. Y'all, that was like the most scariest experience of my life. So yeah, that's how I started breastfeeding again, and I've been breastfeeding him ever since. That happened when he was what, 5 months? Between 4 and 5 months maybe? Because he just turned 7 months today. Okay, I can't believe he's 7 months, y'all. Like, he's gotten so big. Y'all have actually watched him grow up on my channel. Like, from newborn to now. Like, it's so crazy. My baby is getting so big. So, yeah, he is 7 months now. And I have been breastfeeding him ever since that happened. That's sort of my breastfeeding journey. When I first started breastfeeding, I honestly thought I wasn't gonna make it because my nipples, it hurts at first, but it's just because your body and your skin has to get used to the constant sucking and everything. Like, your nipples will crack, they will peel, like, this might be a tiny bit of TMI, but y'all know I rock with y'all, so that don't even matter. One of my nipples was inverted. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like when your nipple doesn't poke out, like, unless you're hard. Like, unless they're hard, I guess. So when I first started breastfeeding, that nipple would get sore the most. It just had to get used to being pulled out, I guess. If you have inverted nipples, breastfeeding will make them pull out because your baby is constantly sucking on it and it pulls it out. And like, the skin that wasn't used to being exposed because it was inverted, it's gonna get sore, it's gonna hurt for at least the first month. The pain is like teeth clenching. The other nipple wasn't really that sore, but it was still sore because it wasn't used to being sucked on. So it's mainly two things that will save your nipples through breastfeeding: the pain, the crack, the chappedness, the peeling. Get some Silverette nursing cups. I will have them on the screen. Silverette nursing cups. They're basically like silver cups, and you put them on your nipple and you like put your bra over it and you like wear them throughout the day. They will heal your nipples within 48 hours, no lie. Something with the silver, I guess the silver has healing properties. Another thing that I think contributes to the healing is like when you're engorged or when you start to leak, the silverette nursing cups, they don't absorb anything. So the breast milk will like sit on your nipple, and you know breast milk is liquid gold. It's got healing properties as well. So a mix of the breast milk and the silver, it really helps heal your nipples. Like, no lie, those were a lifesaver. I don't even think I ordered them until the 2nd month, because for me it was like, do these things really work? And they do. You will not regret buying them at all. And then get some lanolin nipple cream. That also helps as well. It's basically like cream that you put on your boobs, and it's also safe, not on your boobs, but on your nipple, and it's safe for your baby as well. Make sure you get some that is safe for your child so you don't have to wipe it off before you start breastfeeding them. I'll have the kind that I have on the screen if anybody is wondering. So it's just the first month. The first month or two is hard to get through when breastfeeding, but once you make it through that, girl, you will be fine. And the silverette nursing cups and the cream will definitely save your life, because they saved mine. It would get to a point where I would just rinse them off in the shower. Like, I couldn't even wash over them because they hurt so bad. So I would just rinse them in the shower, put the lanolin nipple cream over it, and then put the silverette nursing cups on top of that, and then just put on my nursing bra. And I was golden. Oh, and make sure you put on some stay dry pads too. I don't really leak anymore. I feel like my body produces just enough milk for him, because I have been breastfeeding for long enough to where my body knows how much he needs. So I don't really leak anymore unless it's nighttime and he sleeps for a long time and I end up super engorged by the middle of the night or the morning, and I'm like soaked because my boobs are so full. That's really the only time I really get engorged. So now let's talk about increasing your milk supply, because like I did tell y'all, I did try to stop breastfeeding twice, and my milk supply actually like got low, especially the 2nd time when I was just over it. You know, and the one thing that made me really like enjoy it again, because I did get over it, because I would have to sit in one spot. Like, I would always have to stop what I'm doing to feed him. I just felt like it was super inconvenient. But then I just had like a mindset shift. Like, my baby is only gonna be this small for so long. Like, I'm only gonna be able to breastfeed him for so long. I'm about to get emotional. I'm only gonna be able to breastfeed him for so long, and then he's gonna grow up and get bigger, and like, it's gonna be done. So that's what made me like enjoy breastfeeding again, because I do love the bond. Like, I get to feed my baby, you know what I'm saying, like from my body. I just think that's so magical, y'all. So yeah, that's what really helped me enjoy it again and not think of it as like a burden anymore, because you know, like, our babies are only small for so long. So yeah, so increasing your milk supply. Y'all see how I just get off track? Like I said, the 2nd time I really did dry up, and I had to like work back to get my milk supply back up. So I do have like a few tips to help you increase your milk supply, and guaranteed to work, you guys. Like, I'm speaking from experience. Breastfeeding is really all about supply and demand. The more you breastfeed, or the more you pump, the more milk your body will produce. And you have to make sure that you empty your boobs all the way too. Like, say you breastfeed your baby on one side, make sure you have a haka or a pump on the other boob, and make sure you really empty the other boob too. Because at first, Angel only used to feed off of one. Now he does feed off both in one session, but at first he would just feed off one, and I would have the haka in the other. So while he's emptying one boob, I'm like squeezing the milk out of my boob into the haka. Just make sure to empty your boobs at every pump session, at every feeding, because the more you're empty, the more you produce. Like I said, breastfeeding really is all about supply and demand. So the more your body thinks you need, the more your body will produce. So yeah, just make sure you empty your boobs at every feeding. I actually squeeze my boobs, you guys. Like, I milk myself. It's so crazy. I'm really a cow. Like, I really be sitting here milking myself. If you're first starting out, or if your milk supply is low, still put your baby on your boob. Like, you may think they're not getting anything. Like, I know that was a thing for me. Like, he would be on my boob and I would think he's not getting anything, but then he would spit up hella milk. I'm like, you got all that milk out of me? Like, you might not think they're getting much, but they are. Even if you think you're not producing much, still put them on your boob for like 10 minutes, okay? And then if they really aren't getting anything, feed that baby some formula, okay? And don't be ashamed about it either. Another thing that really helped is oats, y'all. Oats are like the staple, like oatmeal, oat milk. I know I had to stop drinking regular milk because my baby is allergic. It would make his eczema like super bad, but before I didn't know that. So like his eczema used to be bad and I'd be like, what's going on? So then we finally went to go and get him an allergy test, and it comes to find out he's allergic to nuts and milk. So I had to cut out the regular milk and I started drinking oat milk. Oat milk, y'all. Oats will really help you out. Like oatmeal cookies. I eat oatmeal every morning. I drink oat milk. Anything that contains oats, that's oats based, will really help your milk supply. I'm not sure what the dynamic is between the two. I'm sure I can search it up and tell y'all, but I remember like the first time I drank oat milk, I had like a bowl of cereal or something and I had the oat milk in it. And like that night, I just felt like my boobs were more full than normal. I'm like, I know that oat milk didn't work that fast. I don't know, but I think it did. So I got the original kind at first and I did not like the taste of it, but they have an unsweetened version. So get the unsweetened version if you don't want your food to taste like oat milk, okay? Because I personally didn't like the taste, but you might. Hey, but they do have an unsweetened kind. So another thing that really helped increase my milk supply was power pumping sessions. And at first I was so confused. I didn't know what they were, but I did my research. So when you're power pumping, you're supposed to pump for 15 to 20 minutes and then take like a 10-minute break, and then pump for 10 more minutes, take a 10-minute break, and then pump for 10 more minutes and then be done. So it's basically supposed to mimic cluster feeding, and it's supposed to make you produce more milk. And I think I hear Angel. I think he woke up from his nap. So let's go get him real fast. How was you sleep for so long? Oh, look who is awake. Hi, baby. Oh. Can you stand right here while I get comfortable? You are so cute. I was filming. I'm almost done. You want to sit with me? Can you be good? He said, yeah, mama. I don't know. So yeah, I did my research and it says power pumping is a milk pumping strategy that involves alternating pumping and rest to help stimulate prolactin, the body's milk making hormone, and thus increase breast milk supply. So yeah, that's what power pumping is. It's just to mimic breastfeeding, or not breastfeeding, but cluster feeding. I did that once a day for like 3 days and my milk supply was up. I don't think you're supposed to do it for like longer than a week or something. I'm not really sure, but you're not supposed to do it for too long, and you really don't need to, because I feel like after the first few days, you will notice your breast milk increasing. So yeah. So the oats, making sure you empty your boobs, and power pumping will really help you increase your milk supply. I live by those. Mainly the oats and emptying your boobs. Like if you're really, really low, then go ahead and power pump. But if you don't need to, just make sure you empty your boobs at every feeding or every pump session. And my pump sessions, y'all, like I'll pump for 30 minutes. Like all of my pump sessions are no less than 30 minutes. My breast pumps do shut off after 30 minutes. I think that's like the max time you're supposed to breastfeed. So yeah, I just do the full 30, girl, just to make sure I'm really emptying my boobs. Like, yeah, you just want to move, y'all. He does not be still. And another thing, you guys, just make sure you're eating well. Make sure you're eating enough, okay? Because you are feeding 2 people, yourself and a child. So make sure you're having 3 meals a day, 3 full meals a day. Make sure you're eating good. That also helps with your milk supply, as well as drinking tons of water. Drink your water. Drink your water, okay? So now let's talk about maintaining your milk supply. Once you find something that works, stick to it. Like once you find a schedule, a pumping schedule, a feeding schedule that works, stick to it. I know for me, I breastfeed all day. Mainly the only time I pump is at night when I know he's went to sleep for the night, and I won't pump until the morning time, or I'll pump super early in the morning if I didn't feel like pumping that night. So I really just pump once or twice a day. And keep eating your oats. Consistently eat your oats, y'all. I'm still eating oatmeal. And I ate oatmeal while I was pregnant every day too. I just like oatmeal. Like, that's one of my top favorite breakfast foods. So even while I was pregnant, I was eating oatmeal every day. Oats, anything oat based. Keep eating your oats. They will help. And then make sure you're emptying your boobs at every feeding. I know y'all are probably getting tired of hearing me say that. I probably said that like 20 times during this video, but it's very important to empty your boobs at every feeding. Don't say I ain't never helped y'all out with anything, okay? That's all I had for y'all today. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If this did help you out in any kind of way, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and get your milk supply back up. Again, my name is Olivia. This is my 7-month-old baby boy, Angel. I love you. Was your nap good? Are you hungry? I know you're hungry. You were asleep for a long time. I love you. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, you guys. Can you say bye? Y'all, he just woke up. He's usually more bubbly and smiley than this. Yeah, I love my baby. I love you, baby. I'm about to go ahead and feed him. So yeah, I'll holler at y'all in the next video.